Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I'm your host Sandman. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Pharaoh'S lock. Let's get into it. I purchased this from 3D Locksport. What do you buy somebody who already has everything? You buy them cool stuff from 3D Locksport like this ancient Egyptian 3D model lock from 3D Locksport. Let's go ahead and talk about that. Unlock the mysteries of ancient Egypt with this historically inspired lock set. Step back in time and explore the fascinating world of ancient Egyptian security with our meticulously crafted lock set. This unique and engaging piece is not only a delightful collectible, but also serves as an educational tool, perfect for presentations and demonstrations on the history of locks. Features historical design. Our lock set is inspired by the intricate designs of locks discovered in ancient Egypt, offering a glimpse into the past while providing an entertaining and educational experience. Versatile display options, easily mountable on doors or display settings. This set is designed to complement any space. Although mounting hardware is not included, the lock is compatible with commonly available screw sizes. Magnetic faceplates. Effortlessly customize the look of your lock with interchangeable magnetic face plates. Choose between a solid plate adorned with a regal pharaoh logo or a cutaway plate featuring a symbolic scarab beetle. Complete set for an authentic feel. Your purchase includes the main lock body, a key, deadbolt, 3 pins, and a latch embellished with iconic Anke symbol. This product is intended for educational and decorative purposes and is not designed to provide security. What's included? The main lock body, the solid front face plate with Pharaoh logo, the cutaway front face with scarab beetle, the key, the deadbolt, the 3 pins, and the latch with the Anke logo. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. And dive into the ancient art of lock making and add a touch of history to your collection or presentation with this captivating Egyptian-inspired lock set. So why did I buy this outside of being a collector of all things Locksport? I love this. This is super. This will never leave my house. This is something that I would show people. This is probably one of the first things that I would show somebody that comes to my house. And like, hey, Sandman, show me something in your collection that you're super proud of. It'd probably be this book and this lock. I think it's super cool. Let's take a look at Mark Weber Tobias, Locks, Safes, and Security, an International Police Reference, 2nd edition. I believe this was 2nd edition is published 2001, possibly. This book is ginormous, and there's 2 volumes of it. I want to talk about chapter 1. So I started reading this shortly after I bought it, and that led me to wanting to buy the Pharaoh'S lock. And let's just talk about it. Apparently, the need for greater security was felt in a number of societies at about the same time. Approximately 2000 BC, so 4,000 years ago, evidence can be found that man began to construct the primitive locking devices that would lay the groundwork for 40 centuries of development, culminating in today's sophisticated technology. It is unknown when the original mechanism that could fairly be described as lock was really created. It appears that the first reference to locks was described by Joseph Bonomi in Nineveh and its palaces. Sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly. This described one of the frescoes discovered in the ancient biblical city of Nineveh that showed a picture of a lock. The fresco was painted by an Egyptian artist, which provided evidence of dating to that era. The remains of an actual lock corresponding to the fresco were found in the ruins of a sumptuous palace near Nineveh. It is believed that this is the oldest lock in existence. The reference in Bonomi's book described a lock as having secured the gate of an apartment in one of the palaces near Nineveh. He wrote that the gate was fastened by a large wooden lock, the wooden key with iron pegs at one end to lift the iron pins in the lock, being so much as a man can carry. He described the length of the key as ranging from a foot to 2 feet. The reference clearly describe the Egyptian pin tumbler lock. There are a number of references to locks and keys in the Bible, leaving no doubt that the lock, as we understand the concept today, has existed for at least 40 centuries. 40 centuries, wow. The first fasteners and locks, Greek and Egyptians. It is logical to believe that the primitive man's treasures were initially buried or hidden in caves, hollow trunks or trees, or other physical locations that could be easily created or exploited. Once doors or other solid surfaces were employed to secure a perimeter, the next logical step would have been the capability of locking the door in place. In the beginning, of course, there were no latches as we understand them. The term today, it appears that the Greeks, who developed crude wooden fastening devices on the inside face of the door, conceived the initial concept of using bars and bolt work. These bolts were lifted from the outside by a cord passing through the hole of the door. Later, a crude key was utilized. Realizing that one of the drawbacks of the Egyptian lock was its vulnerability to attack, the Greeks placed their locks on the inside of the door, but provided access to the mechanism from the outside through a keyhole. Although it is unknown whether the Greeks took these ideas from the Romans, they are credited with the concept. So, it says credited with the concept of interior locking mechanisms. We'll just stop there. I think that's enough. What I wanted to impress upon you is this is the ancient Egyptian lock, and it would have used copper, I guess. Is that what it said? Copper or brass? I apologize. I should know my iron ages. But it would have used some type of metal material for the pins, and then the rest of the lock would have been actually made out of wood. Probably the reason why not many of these have survived 4,000 years. And the bolt would have probably been made out of metal, I would suspect. And the key could have been made out of wood, and it was exterior. So the Egyptians had locks, but they were exterior. The Greeks further refined the would have been a bolt lock, I guess you would call it. They're calling it a pin tumbler, and they further refined it and made it an interior lock with an actual keyhole, which would have included a keyway. And I've seen these keys. These keys are like 1 foot to 2 foot long. Some of them are like 3 feet long. It's ridiculous. But I think it's so that way you can't, just stick theoretically, you would have to have a lockpick that would be the same length. And I'm sure someone made one at some point. Can you imagine having a lockpick that was 1 foot long? That's super cool. So anyways, this is the Egyptian version of what we just talked about. And so this is the bolt. This is how it all works. So this is the latch. This would be on one door. This would be on another door. All right. This would be your doorway right here. And so this guy right here, latch right here, this is on the door. And this is the bolt. So this whole thing is locked. How do we unlock this? So we slide in our key just like this. I'm sliding, and then you would just lift up the key. You would retract the bolt, and then you can go. That was my gate sound. And then, yeah, so you would open the gate. That's that. So honestly, this isn't very far off from some of the locking mechanisms I saw in Mexico during my stay. A lot of people use strings to pull the bolt back. It was pretty interesting. But I love, at least they were still using metal, locking mechanisms and all that other stuff. So credit to them. But I love this. This is such a neat teaching aid that this is how this works. I love it. I would love to make something like this out of wood in my shop. I have a woodworking shop that I never used, but I collect woodworking tools. Go figure. This is the bolt. Super cool. So you can remove the bolt, or the bolt stays in. Yeah, so the bolt stays in and the bolt is removable. That's all it is. And I love that in my unboxing video, this came on and I'm like, how on earth do I do this? And I'm like, oh, the files are in the computer, and I replaced this front face with that. So that's how that works. How cool is that? I mean, this thing is super sturdy. I love this. This is so cool. I really want to freaking mount this to something to show somebody, but I'll just break it. This really is just a display piece. It's not meant to secure anything. Obviously it's not meant to, but I don't even want to put it on something just for demonstration purposes. I think it's just cool to just have it like this. So that being said, that's how I keep it. I keep both of these on my desk at all times. I just think it's super cool. This is the key. I don't know, let's play around with it. Let's go like that. Okay, this is in everything. So I insert the key. Yep, press up, boom, like that. And then you open it. Man, I cannot make door squeak sounds this late at night. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to let you down. All the fans that come here to hear my Police Academy references. Okay, here we go. Key comes out. Bolt is stuck. Super cool. I know that wasn't super sexy because you couldn't see it, but whatever. Let's do it again. So everything's in place. Put in the key, lift up, retract the bolt, put the bolt back in, bring the key down, bolts in. That's awesome. I don't know what else there is to say about this, but this is really cool. One of these days I may, start teaching at some point. I don't know. I'm kind of teaching here in my YouTube videos. It's mostly just diatribe and self-deprecation humor, but I will say that at some point I would love to teach private lessons or small classes, like no larger than 2 or 3 people. And something like this would be a really great accompaniment to my educational courses. So I think Tony Vitrioli, I think that's how you say his name. I get his name wrong in every one of my videos, and he hasn't hit me yet through the internet. I appreciate that, but I feel his pain. Regardless, Tony makes some of the coolest stuff for Locksport, and I love everything that he does. Tony is actually running a 15% discount, one-time 15% discount code for Sandman followers. I've used up my one-time 15% discount, but you guys may be able to use it if you haven't used it yet. And if you're just watching these videos, you go to 3D Locksport, go to your cart. When you're ready to check out, type in Enter Sandman, all capital letters. That's it, Enter Sandman, one word, ENTER, Sandman, SANDMAN. And I'll put linked in the description down below, including the coupon code. However, there are some restrictions. It doesn't work on the little lock education thing, the lock diagram, and it doesn't work on shirts or stickers or hats, but it works on like everything else. I don't know if that discount code works for this. I should have called him and asked before making this video and even bringing that up, but guys, forgive me. Just know that there's a discount code, one time, 15% off. Give it a try, buy everything, and let me know what you think of his stuff. That's all I have for today. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're new here, hit subscribe. And as always, my friends, you can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but don't pick a lock that is in use, and don't pick a lock that you do not have expressed permission to do so. I'll catch you guys next time.
Mr. Sandman, bring us